Hey everyone, it's Isaiah. Welcome, welcome. I am live today with Sheri, Elle Brown, and we're here to talk a little bit more about the Women Lighting the Way Summit that is happening next week all over the place. If you do not yet have a ticket for that, go and get one. It's free and you won't regret it. There's so many amazing stories to listen to. So just to recap, if you've not heard about that summit at all, 14 women, 14 amazing speakers who decided, who agreed to tell their story as an inspiration for you and me, mostly me for now, to be inspired and to light the way, basically, for all women to see, and men, by the way, and non-binary and whoever, to have more women's stories shared in the world. I think the world needs that. And that's why Chris Wallace and myself, we began this project 3 years ago. And this year I have been humbled, really, and amazed by the 14 of you. And Sheri Elle is one of the 14, and I'm so happy we get to talk for a while. So we have no plan for this live. It's just like, hey, let's meet Sheri Elle. So welcome, first of all.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Uzziah.
So I think the first question that I'm going to ask everyone, you're number two. I talked with Leslie early on. I'm going to try and talk to two of you every day leading up to the summit. So the first question I ask is, where are you from? Or where you are now? Because I'm really very happy that we get women from all over the world. For me, we have to get out of our heads and of our little countries. I was traveling yesterday back to France from Greece, and there was this woman behind me in the airplane that was complaining that the air hostess did not speak French. It was a Greek airway. And I was thinking, oh, come on, do you speak Greek when you go to Greece? No, you don't. Why should they speak French? And it's like, please, let's open up to the world. Let's open up to the fact that there are amazing women all over the world and that their stories need to be heard all over. So where are you from?
And I think that we all know that when we're more self-aware and we come from that heart center, we're open to everyone else's experiences, and I think that matters. And I think that for those of us kind of in that headspace, in that heart space, we are more gentle in the world. And I think
Absolutely.
that we need that. Okay, so I'm originally from New York, just about an hour outside of Manhattan. So for people from New York City, they think that I'm from, the
California,
boonies, jungle, somewhere. Every once in a while, my little New York accent pops up. But I spent a lot of time in New Mexico in graduate school, and then in California, a little bit in Colorado. And now I am living in the beautiful tiny little city of Greenville, South Carolina. And it's such a gem. It's such a secret. And you are always welcome to come and visit.
Ooh, don't tempt me.
It's beautiful. And it's such a little gem. I want to say that a major magazine publication just ranked it as one of the 10 best cities in the world to live. Not
Awesome.
10, I think 20, top 20. But it's still like a little bit of a kept secret, and I kind of want to keep it that way. It's a really cute little place.
Amazing. Yeah. And what's the weather like right now? Just because,
a little clouded over, hot and humid, and probably an afternoon thunderstorm, which I love.
Very similar to where I am, which is the southwest of France, hot and humid. And lately there is going to be a thunderstorm. I can feel it in the air. So,
You know, I have to say that my grandmother on my father's side told me in the 6th grade that we had French heritage. And
oh,
so she said, "You should learn to speak French." And so I actually studied French as a kid and, sort of in college. Je parle français un peu at this
oh,
point in my life
magnifique.
because, you know, my brain is a little old. I think it may have to do with past life stuff too. But, and then I met and
Did
married
you
an
ever
Italian.
visit?
I've been in France twice, maybe 3 times, and I'm going back because I've been watching that Netflix, the Tour de France Unchained, and I just want to go to the countryside and just
Yeah,
drive around the country. But I met and married an Italian, so my French learnings early on definitely helped me learn Italian.
absolutely.
So it all works. It's
It
beautiful.
all works. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can visit here too. I live in
Ooh,
the absolute middle of nowhere,
I
southwest of
love it.
France. So if you want to see the countryside, when you're driving around, be
I
sure
would
to ring
love,
me.
love, love that. Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, I live in the green, and it's very noticeable for me today because I just came back yesterday from Greece where I was visiting, and it's so already dry in Greece because the weather is much drier, and so it's like already yellow, summery yellow, and here it's green, 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 green. It's
I
like
love it.
I suddenly like feel like I've been you know bathed into Archangel Raphael's light all over the place. It's like woof, you come out of the plane, it's green all over the place. It's
I love it.
amazing.
California is yellow. So I did the yellow thing for about 16 years and the desert for another 10. And so it feels really good to be back in the green.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, Greenville must be green. At least.
Greenville is green. It's kind of we're at about 1,000 feet elevation. So what, like 300 meters, and and kind of sort of at the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. So, weird question number 25
Yay!
is who's your favorite archangel? Since we're talking about that,
Ooh.
or do you connect with archangels at all? Because we don't have
My
to.
my very first connection, believe it or not, was with Ariel, um, Michael. I definitely connect very much so with a lot of goddesses in Hindu faith.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sarasvati.
Kali, Lakshmi, yeah, so I absolutely love all of that energy, Gabrielle, um, yeah, so I think my very first connection was with Ariel, and I painted her probably in my early 20s.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
And do you imagine or do you see these goddesses, for instance, in your head? Are you a clear visual, or do you feel them, sense them, hear them, whatever?
I think it's not so much clairaudient, but I definitely meet them mostly in the dream state, definitely see them, and definitely feel them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. I have a movie in my head most of the time. I'm a very visual person. So in my head, it's like crazy movie.
Me too, me too.
What am I going to ask you? Do you live alone?
I do not. I live with 2 corgis, a cat, and a very lovely, um, significant other.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome. So you're both a cat and a dog person.
I am. I
Hmm.
am. I'm an animal person in general. I really connect with animal energy. I think it's part of my empathic way of being in the world. Um, and so I definitely need to be around that energy, that psychic energy, that amazing gentle energy of animal souls. I can't imagine my life without animals. When I was a kid, every animal I found, I would bring home, and my mom would let
Oh,
me
you're
keep
that
that
person.
animal.
You're that
So,
person.
yeah, I'm that person, and I've rescued
Saving,
cats. I've had to
rescuing.
Yeah, I've had like 13 cats at one time.
Wow, that's
I
so
was a German
sweet.
Shepherd mom my whole life, and I've downsized to corgis. So now I've got 2 corgis, Oliver and Pippa. And, oh gosh, I wanted to say something else about that animal energy, and now I can't remember what it was. I what I wanted to say is that a long, long time ago, I lost my dog in my divorce, and I got home, I gave up custody, and I got home, I was brokenhearted. I opened the newspaper after about 3 minutes, and I thought, "How do people live without animals?" And I
Mhm.
found my very first German Shepherd, and I went and got her 2 days later, and then did the German Shepherd mom trajectory for about 20 years. So,
Oh, I
I'm
see.
very connected.
So definitely an animal person. Okay. And did you travel at any point to meet wild animals, or are you mostly attracted to kind of domesticated farm, the ones that we can see around us, basically?
I love this question. I still have Alaska on my list. I've been to Norway where I was able to go to, actually, I think it was a zoo, which I know it doesn't count, but well, okay, I'm going to take a step back. I got to see an elk in Rocky Mountain National Park,
Wow.
like 10 feet away from me. They're giant.
Wow.
Have I seen anything else in the wild? Probably whales jumping out of the ocean, sea lions in California. Um,
I took a couple of trips in my life with boat. I love boats and ships, and if I can be on the sea, I'm always happy. And I took a couple of trips for the purpose of seeing whales or dolphins. One in Monterey in California, one in
Ooh.
Spain, going from Spain to the UK actually on a ferry boat that crosses the path where the whales go, the migration
Ooh.
path. Sorry,
Right,
uh,
right.
and that was really incredible. We were in this. It's an actual ferry boat for cargo and things like that. But since it crosses the migration of some species of whales, I don't remember. There are actually scientists on the ship that come to study, and you can go. And it's a go back and forth. We just were left in Southampton for Portsmouth for 2 hours and then back up to the ship.
Oh, I
And that
have
was
to
the
do that. I
that was
have to
really
do that.
really impressive. And you plus you have the lectures of the scientists explaining everything. It was My kids were amazed.
I love that. That needs to be on my to-do list. Um,
So many places to go. So many things to do.
I know. But I went to Gothenburg, Sweden, and went to the zoo there and got to see penguins, and I got to see a moose, so I know it doesn't count. One of these days, I hope to get to Alaska.
What do you
Not the
mean it doesn't
penguins, but
count?
the moose.
My question was about you being attracted to the wild or to the more strange animals than dogs and cats, basically. So yes, of course it counts. We're not all lucky to see them in the wild. I would love to go in Antarctica, but for now, I definitely don't have the means to go.
I
And
know, it would be amazing. But I mean, I think mostly connected wise, spirit animal wise, I really, really feel deeply connected to wolves.
awesome.
Yeah.
Where I live in the southwest of France, in the Pyrenees, they have reintroduced some wolves now, uh, and I think
Oh,
it's so cool that Of course, there's always a war with the shepherds and the sheep and everything, but I feel it's so cool. Anyway, so what will be my next and final question? What is one thing that is on your bucket list that you have the serious commitment to do this year and not someday?
something for fun?
Whatever.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, what a great question. I'd like to launch my podcast this year, business wise, and then also finish writing my book. I've been writing fiction for on and off for quite a few years, but this is my first nonfiction adventure. And then I think locally, more on a personal level on my bucket list, there's a zoo in Georgia that they have all experiential um, interactions that you can have with lots of different animals. Like you
Ooh,
can
that's
feed
cool.
them and hold them, and yeah. So I mean, in a much more realistic way, yes, I need to go and pet and feed everything fuzzy and furry. Um, but I would love to go to Australia and hold a baby koala. But that won't be on
Awesome.
my bucket list this year. One of these days.
One of these days. Good. We have to manage to launch these ideas into the universe so that at some point they manifest, actually.
I love that. I'm all about manifesting. Mindy right now is saying, "Hello, ladies." Hi,
Oh, hi,
Mindy.
Mindy. Sorry, my connection is so bad. I'm actually working from my son's computer, so I don't see any chat. So, hello, Mindy. Sorry, I'm not ignoring anyone. I just can't see anything. Barely, I can see you, Sheri, which is the main thing. So, I'm happy this worked. So we've been going on for 16 minutes. We said we'd hold on for 10. So let's, the both of us are talkative persons, aren't we?
I know, I know.
Well, I was very
Yes,
happy to have
sir.
you here.
Thank you so
For
much.
anyone who listens to this, if you do not have a free ticket to listen to Sheri Elle's story in the Women Lighting the Way Summit and to the 13 other amazing speakers, go and get yourself one. You also have a week's worth of free replays, giveaways, freebies, amazing offers that you can benefit from. It's all free and it's going to blow your mind,
I
if I
know,
say
it's
so
really
myself.
amazing. So many cool, amazing gifts and really beautiful, lovely women who just have, I think, the sole purpose of really wanting to lift everyone up and really shed just a beautiful vibration of light on this amazing planet.
I agree. We need more of these to be
Yes, we
heard
do.
and to be listened to. Thank
Thank
you
you
very,
for
very
making
much for
yourself
having me,
welcome.
for having us. And Sheri, thank you very much for taking the time to do that. I will talk to you soon into the live panels next week, I'm
Yes,
sure.
absolutely. Bye, everyone.
Bye.